Hello everyone, and welcome to another video for Equal Parenting UK. I just wanted to talk to you guys really today regarding the importance of reform within the family court and the child maintenance system, and just talk a little bit more and hopefully build a bit of a conversation starter on why the family court and child maintenance system needs change. In terms of the family court, why the reform really matters is the current system is slow, stressful, doesn't really do what it says on the tin in terms of protecting families. It definitely doesn't always put the child first. Many good parents, especially dads, as I've said in a couple of my previous videos and posts, mothers make up an overwhelming majority of resident parents, of it being about 97%. That sort of leads, that non-resident parent, which is most of the time the dads feeling pushed out of their kids' lives, which obviously isn't right. Children have the right to see both of their parents, and that's obviously what this campaign is mainly all about. And obviously, quicker decisions, shared parenting where it's safe, and a fair system for everybody are the sort of main, reforms that we're asking for within the family court system. In terms of the child maintenance service, so for those of you that are going through it, obviously you'll know it's quite a lumbered system that doesn't really work well. Payments are based on how many nights a child stays, not the actual time a parent spends with them. As I mentioned in a previous video and again a couple of other posts, my previous court order stated a 50-50 contact based on days, where week one would be Friday to Monday, so Friday night, Saturday night and Sunday night, and then Wednesday to Friday the following week, so Wednesday and Thursday night. So that's a 5-night in every sort of 14-day rotation, which doesn't work out at 50-50. So I was spending 7 days with my daughter in every 14, so I had that 50-50 care. I was spending that actual time with my daughter, but I was still being told to pay almost £300 a month. Some parents definitely do misuse the system to get more money or to block contact. One of the sort of main cases of misusing the system was a story about a chap called Gavin Briggs, who sadly did commit suicide and take his own life. With that being said, fictitious and made up amounts of money that he earned and that he owed were placed onto his account. Subsequently, through many conversations and that failing, he did take his own life, which just goes to show that it does cause stress, arguments, and even the struggles with mental health. Ultimately, the system is all about money. If you're asked to go onto if you're told to go onto a deduction of earnings plan where they take the money straight from your wages without you even sort of having a say on that, which they can do, they take an additional 25% of that payment amount as an admin fee, which is absolutely mental. For somebody like me who was paying £297 a month, I had an additional 25% tacked onto that, which didn't go to my daughter, didn't go to my ex-partner. It just sat around in the system, and you can imagine if that was a minimum amount of £50 a time, and you've got hundreds of thousands, if not millions, of people paying into the child maintenance service, then where's that money going? Why isn't it changing? We need a system that's fair. It needs to support real co-parenting and needs to be able to put the child first. Ultimately, as a whole, as a closing statement, I suppose, family life is changing. It's time that our systems caught up, and that can only be done with solid reform. And like I say, we need to push for a fairer support for our kids and for both parents. And like I say, overwhelmingly the majority of the time, the mother is the resident parent, not the father. That needs to change. Our main reform is 50-50 standard care as standard, but that isn't happening, and that's one of the main changes. So like I say, follow along the video, follow along the page, follow our journey, and let's push for that change. Thanks guys.